got up on Christmas morning and I actually woke up at 5:30 in the morning, and I thought, should I go take the test right now? And then I thought, I'm way too sleepy. So I actually rolled over and continued sleeping. So around 7:30, Sebastian was still asleep, Santiago was still asleep. So I got up and I went to the bathroom and took the test. And as soon as I was ready to lay it back down to see the results, what I did was that I put it back into the package and laid it on the bathroom sink and waited the full 3 minutes that it says it takes. So I didn't look at it because it was back in the package. And after it was done with the 3 minutes, I put it back in the box and wrapped it as a Christmas gift. So I put a bow on it and everything. And then I told Santiago a little bit later on in the day what I had done. Right before Sebastian's nap time, which is around noon every day, we sat down and I told him, let's open up some presents. You know, Sebastian was waiting also to open up some presents. So we showed Sebastian his presents, opened them up, played a little bit, and then I said, there's one more gift, and this gift is for the family. I told him, I said, I took a pregnancy test, the results are in here, and I don't know what the results are. I have no idea. And so we opened it up, and immediately I saw that it said pregnant, and I was so happy. He was as well. We were so excited because, like I said, it's definitely something that we were trying to seek. And so just to have those results be confirmed were a really nice way to celebrate Christmas this year, which was really awesome. So as far as symptoms are concerned, I have had quite a few. I think definitely this time around, because I am more attentive to what's going on and I understand things a little bit better, I notice them more. The first time that when I had Sebastian, and that was the first time I had ever been pregnant, I really didn't notice much even throughout my whole pregnancy. But this time around, it was really interesting. Number one, I actually did bleed a little bit during implantation, and that actually happened a day before I was due to get my period. So on the 24th of December, I did start bleeding a little bit, enough where I did have to put a panty liner on. And I thought, maybe this is just the beginning of my period, but in fact it wasn't. It went away. It was just a little bit throughout a few hours of the day on the 24th, and then it just went away by the evening. It was completely gone. And so I thought, okay, well, maybe that's what it is, just because during my pregnancy with Sebastian, I remember being convinced that I was not pregnant because I had gotten my period and it wasn't my period. It was actually this same thing. I got a little bit of bleeding and then it went away and my period never actually came. So a few weeks after that happened, I took my pregnancy test and I was pregnant. So this time around, it didn't take me a few weeks to figure it out. It only took me a few hours, and I said, okay, I remember this happening the last time, which I was already familiar with and had researched in the past. So I knew that was caused by implantation. That bleeding was caused by implantation. So I was really happy about that, but it was a little bit, daunting and scary at the same time, because I thought, oh man, we're really expecting this and it's not going to pan out the way we might have hoped it did. But then, of course, it did go the way we hoped it did. So that was awesome. Another thing that I've noticed is that I've been craving so much sweet potato chips dipped in hummus with sriracha. So if you know that pink sauce that people sometimes make with ketchup and mayonnaise, where they mix it together and they get this pink sauce, well, imagine that, but the ingredients instead is hummus and sriracha. And I just dip my sweet potato chips in that, and I seriously cannot get enough of it. I do it all the time, but I have definitely scaled back a little bit because I am still breastfeeding Sebastian, and I did notice that his butt was getting a little bit irritated over the last 2 or 3 days. So I don't know if it's due to the spiciness of the sriracha, but I wanted to kind of ease back on it just so that in case it is giving him some sensitivity, and it has gotten better. His butt is no longer irritated or red, so I do think it has to do with it. I just need to kind of figure out now what I can do to satiate my craving of that particular spicy food and not irritate Sebastian. So definitely a juggling game there, because oh my goodness, just thinking about it right now, I really want to eat it. So when I actually had Sebastian, I at the beginning was weighing anywhere from around 120 to 122, and after having Sebastian, actually, while I was pregnant with Sebastian, at the end, I went up to, I think, about 155. I lost all of that weight and then some. I went down to about 113. And when I weighed myself at the 4-week mark exactly, I was weighing 116 pounds. So I do know that that weight does fluctuate throughout the pregnancy, especially at this very beginning stages, but definitely something I will continue to keep an eye on, and of course continue to eat healthy and make sure that I'm getting the nutrition that I need to support myself, the baby, and also Sebastian, who's continuing to breastfeed. I would say that in terms of my mood, I've been extremely happy. So, you know, I do find Santiago funny a lot. Like, he's definitely a good joker. But I have noticed that I'm laughing a little bit extra at his jokes, and they just make me laugh like a lot, which even myself, when I'm laughing, I'm like, wow, like that was not that funny. But I am definitely finding him extra funny. And then also I've noticed that I'm getting a little bit more attached to him. So I want to like cuddle him more, and I want to tell him more that I love him and all that stuff. So I'm feeling more emotionally connected to him at this time as well. And on that note, Sebastian has also been like that, but with me. So Sebastian has always, in my from my point of view, been really attached to Santiago. And even though the three of us have always been from the very beginning a really tight-knit circle where, you know, the three of us are each other's world, if you will, Sebastian has really had a deep connection with Santiago from the very beginning. And ever since I actually conceived, Sebastian has been so close to me. He wants to be on top of me all the time. He wants me to play with him. He doesn't want me to leave the room. If I am in the room, he wants me to hold him. He wants me to kiss him. He'll pull me down from my neck like this so that I can lean in and give him a kiss. He's just been so extremely sweet and so super attached to me, and I've really been enjoying all of it. So because our family was here on Christmas Day, we did end up telling a few of our family members on Christmas Day, but we are also waiting to see the rest of our family during these next few days, and we'll tell them in person then. So that's also been really exciting to share the news with family. Of course, we're not telling anybody else at this time, but we're sharing the news with our close friends and family, actually with our close family, I would say, and then wait a few months before we actually tell the rest of the world and you. So if you saw my labor and delivery story, you know that I didn't have the best of times with my delivery this past time with Sebastian. So I am continuing to look for a different doctor right now. And even though I have known I'm pregnant for almost a week now, I actually don't have a doctor or a doctor's appointment set yet. I know I need to make that happen because usually they do give you a date for about the 8-week mark, but I am scheduled to travel for work quite a little bit during the month of January and the early month of February, so that will fit into there, and hopefully also give me some time to really research and find somebody that I really feel comfortable with, because I really don't want to go back to the same doctor that I saw the first time and that helped me with Sebastian. We'll see what happens, but up until this point, I really don't think I want to go back there for sure. And yes, that is pretty much my 4-week update. I cannot believe that this is actually, happening once again. Sebastian's first year has been in many ways very easy, very pleasant, very very uneventful. This is a child that has never gotten really sick. This is a child that has slept through the night wonderfully ever since he started, when he was 2 months old. This is a child that he's just amazing in every way. And even with all of those things, there are still challenges attached. Not being able to just all of a sudden get up and go somewhere you want, because you have to consider, nap times and meal times and all of that stuff. Not being able to go in the middle of the day and just randomly take a nap because you're tired. Why? Because you have to make sure that your child is safe. You can't just leave them there and say, I'll be back after I've taken a nap. All of these things that you have to take into consideration now that you are a parent. So a lot of our lives have actually changed due to having a baby, and now throwing another one into the mix is going to be really interesting, especially if they are different than what we're currently used to, which is Sebastian. And I do say especially if they're different, but the reality is that the new baby is definitely going to be different. I mean, that's just a 100% certainty that he is going to be different. There is no child that is the same. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be, a continued challenge, but we are so blessed that this is our situation, that we said we want to have another one. We want to have a sibling for Sebastian. And God blessed us with this other baby, and so we're so happy, we're so excited. We can't wait to actually see our little family of 4. And yeah, I'm sure these 9 months will pass by in a blink of an eye, but I'm gonna definitely try to do my very best to be as prepared, even more prepared. I made myself even choke on that one, because honestly, I don't think I was prepared the first time around. I don't know if anybody could say that they are ever actually prepared for that. Nevertheless, I am going to try my very best. But right now, I'm feeling like, I want to get things in order. I want to get things ready for this new baby. I want to make Sebastian as comfortable as he could possibly be. I want to really ease in the transition so that he doesn't feel like, what in the world is going on with my world. I'm so excited to give him a permanent friend, somebody that is always going to be there and can play with him and can do things with him and can accompany him. Somebody that he doesn't have to double think about, like, will this person be loyal to me? Will this person be, take my feelings into consideration? I think, I thank God for having the opportunity to give my child a sibling that will be able to be a friend, a confidant, a partner in crime, all of those things just wrapped into one, because I think that's so important and so necessary. So that is my 4-week update. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.